Hey everybody, I'm Greyson Chance. I think from an early age, the way that I came up in the industry was very strange and very not a normal way. I posted a video up on YouTube and came into the scene, but for me, music is not a choice, it's a need, and it's something that I have to do throughout my life. I don't think I could ever see myself in the future not writing music and not singing to crowds. It's just something that I have to do and something that I constantly love doing. And Nas and I shared the same manager for a brief moment, and who I'm still really close to now. And it's funny, it's like skinny white kid from Oklahoma and then King of Queensbridge. Like, it's just absolutely bizarre. But yeah, just stayed close to him and stayed in contact with him. And he's an absolutely cool guy, and he puts on a great show. And so I'm really excited to catch his show today. I would see Nas and, every musician as a mentor and a peer. And the thing with Nas is I was a massive Amy Winehouse fan and still continually am an Amy Winehouse fan. And so that connection was really strange for me, because I met Nas and I knew that Amy was a massive fan, and then to meet somebody who is close to her. It's crazy how musicians are interconnected, and even the biggest musicians are listening to maybe the smallest artist or vice versa. So every musician is a peer and is somebody who's inspiring to me, I would say. I would say for each record and for each song, it's completely different. I just finished up my album Planet X, and it was a very strange one to write because I was writing it at a time where no one was really expecting a record from me. It was kind of through a dark period. I just got dropped from my label and was just kind of trying to find myself as I was growing up. And so it was very strange. I was writing this record in sort of a fantasy world. I wasn't really writing in reality, if that makes sense. I was writing in a place that I was creating myself and just constantly trying to stay up and stay positive. And then as time went on and things started to get better, the record started to shape that way. And it's a very strange process. This last record was very different than my first one, creating, and the sound of it is as well, very different. So each record's very different and each song's different, I would say. Well, my first record I put out when I was 13, and was the record that I wanted to do when I was 13. I was super proud of it, Hold On Till the Night. And now it's, I'm about to turn 17, and, as I've evolved as a human, I've also evolved as an artist. And so the new record is definitely inspired by sounds of the 70s and the 80s. A lot of, Pentagram inspiration and Prince and Deep Purple, sort of that sort of vibe, but also it's very funky, and it's still a pop record. But it's just, to me, I would describe the record as a really fun night out on the town. It just feels really fun. There's moments, there's emotion in it, but it feels like something that you'd pop in at 9 p.m. and listen to until you're back at your house at 7 a.m. wondering what's going on. I'm very quiet before a live show. I don't say anything. I'm very shy. I have my cup of tea. I write everything down, and I'm actually rehearsing with my band right now, and they think I'm crazy. Because like every part, every note, I have a binder that I'm just always scribbling things in, and it makes me look like an insane person with like schizophrenia. Like, it's absolutely bizarre. I'm always just writing things down. So I always have my binder out, looking at notes, not talking to anybody, and drinking tea, and everybody's like, wow, this kid is like out of here, somewhere else, God knows. Well, the record was recorded within a short period of time. We wrote really quickly and then spent a lot of time just going back and, working on the production and diving into the sound. And I work with a really close friend of mine named Gordon. He's from Holland, and we worked a lot in Amsterdam, and a lot over there is just really fine-tuning things. And he was really my collaborator through the record. We did it all together, and it was all about this theory and this sort of thesis I had in my head about wanting to contemplate on the idea of music when you write or when you're involved in any art, how you get this ecstasy, how you get this crazy emotion from it. And that to me is when I would escape to Planet X and go off into the fantasy world. I think we're actually about to put a song up on SoundCloud within the next week entitled Thrilla Manila, and slowly just start getting people back into the reality of, hey, I've changed a lot. I'm 17 now. Here's the new sound. So starting off with putting some records out. And then, yeah, I'm rehearsing with my bands, and there will definitely be shows in the future. Hey, everybody. It's Greyson Chance, and you're watching GRAMMY Pro.